Carhelpout.com. It's the convenience.
Right then, you lot, forget your rusty hatchbacks and sputtering family cars. Today, we're talking about top 10 most luxurious cars you should sit on or test drive before you die. Carhelpout here, a simple way to get a mobile mechanic service to come to you at any location at your convenience. We're diving headfirst into a world of handcrafted leather, engines that purr like a pride of lions after a particularly successful wildebeest hunt, and enough technology to make a NASA engineer blush. That's right. We're exploring the top 10 most luxurious cars in the world. Now, some might say luxury is subjective. They'd be wrong, of course. It's about impeccable craftsmanship, power that could rearrange your internal organs, and enough gadgets to make James Bond jealous. Over the next few minutes, we'll be your guides through this exclusive club of automotive excellence, where opulence meets horsepower and leaves mere mortals speechless. So, whether you've got a seven-figure bank balance or you're just a petrol head with a dream, sit back, buckle up, and prepare to be amazed. And because even the most luxurious journey deserves a little philosophical nudge, we'll be sprinkling in some automotive-inspiring quotes of the day. You can thank me later. First up, number 10, we've got the Porsche Panamera Turbo Executive. Now, I know what you're thinking. A Porsche. That's a sports car, not a luxury saloon. Well, you wouldn't be entirely wrong. The Panamera, however, is different. It's like Porsche took all the DNA of their legendary 911, stretched it out a bit, and then injected it with a healthy dose of luxury. Inside, it's like being enveloped by a very expensive leather glove. But don't let the plush interior fool you. This thing can move. Under the bonnet, you'll find an engine that produces more power than a small country. The Panamera Turbo Executive is for the discerning individual who wants it all: performance, technology, and space. Next up, number 9, we have a vehicle that needs no introduction. A legend in its own right, the Range Rover SV Autobiography. This isn't your average Chelsea tractor. It's the SUV equivalent of being chauffeured around in a palace on wheels. Hand-stitched leather, more wood trim than a Scandinavian sauna, and enough technology to make your head spin. But don't think this luxury means it's lost its off-road chops. It can still climb a mountain faster than a mountain goat. Perfect for conquering a muddy field in the morning and attending a gala dinner in the evening. Explore new horizons. Your vehicle is the bridge to a world waiting to be discovered. Now, number 8. I know what you're thinking. Lamborghini? An SUV? Have they gone completely mad? But before you reach for the smelling salts, let me tell you, this is no ordinary SUV. This is the Urus. It's what happens when the Italians decide to build a practical car. All right, practical might be pushing it, but this thing can actually go off-road. And I'm not talking about navigating a gravel driveway at a vineyard. I'm talking about proper, mud-plugging, rock-crawling, off-road lunacy. But, and this is the important bit, it does it all while cosseting you in a level of luxury that would make a Roman emperor blush. We're talking quilted leather, enough technology to rival NASA, and an engine note that'll make your hair stand on end. Automotive inspiring quote of the day: drive fast, live fully, and let no road go untraveled. Next up, number 7, we have a car that needs no introduction. It's the Bugatti Chiron. A car so ridiculously fast, so outrageously expensive, and so exquisitely engineered that it makes grown men weep. This is the automotive equivalent of a Fabergé egg. It's a masterpiece of engineering and design. Now I know what you're thinking. It's just a car, Jeremy. Calm down, old boy. But you see, it's not a car. It's a statement. It's a testament to what happens when human ingenuity is let off the leash and allowed to run wild. It's got more horsepower than a small country, and it's about as subtle as a brick to the face. And I, for one, absolutely adore it. Automotive inspiring. Quote of the day. Speed is a form of freedom, and with freedom there are no limits. Now number 6, if you want a car that's a bit more exclusive, a bit more under the radar, then might I interest you in the Aston Martin Lagonda Taraf? This car is so rare, you're more likely to see a unicorn riding a grizzly bear than you are to see one of these on the road. They only made a handful of them, and they were all snapped up by sheiks and oligarchs faster than you can say tax haven. But what makes the Lagonda Taraf so special? Well, for starters, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's like a piece of automotive art deco. And the interior? Don't even get me started on the interior. It's like being enveloped in the finest leather and wood that money can buy. It's the kind of car that makes you want to put on a tuxedo, even if you're just popping out for a pint of milk. Automotive inspiring. Quote of the day. A beautiful journey begins with a beautiful ride. Right then, number 5, you lot. Have a gander at this, the Bentley Flying Spur. This isn't some foppy little runabout for popping down to the shops. This, my friends, is a proper grand tourer. Feast your eyes on that interior. Hand-stitched leather, the sort of hide that wouldn't look out of place in a Maharaja's palace. Under that long, sculpted bonnet lurks a beast of an engine. Put your foot down and it'll shift you from 0 to 60 faster than you can say champagne supernova. That's the beauty of a Bentley, you see. Now then, number 4, prepare yourselves for something truly special. This, my friends, is the Rolls-Royce Ghost. And no, before you ask, it's not haunted, though it might as well be with how eerily quiet it is. Seriously, you could whisper sweet nothings to your passenger at 100 miles an hour, and they'd hear every word. Of course, you'd have to find a passenger who wasn't too busy gawking at the interior. We're talking lamb's wool carpets so thick you could lose a small child in them, seats that wouldn't look out of place in the Royal Opera House, and enough technology to make a NASA engineer weep with envy. But the real magic of the Ghost lies in its ride. It's like floating on a cloud, a magic carpet ride, if you will. You see a pothole, you don't even feel it. Speed bump? What speed bump? It's enough to make you want to drive over a sleeping policeman just for the sheer thrill of it. Automotive inspiring. Quote of the day. Silence speaks volumes, especially when wrapped in luxury. All right, number 3, you lot, buckle up for this one because we're about to delve into the world of German engineering at its finest. This, my friends, is the Mercedes-Maybach S-Class. And let me tell you, this thing is absolutely brimming with technology. It's like a spaceship disguised as a luxury saloon. Forget heated seats, this bad boy has massaging seats. And I'm not talking about some feeble vibrations. Oh no. These seats will knead your weary muscles like a team of Swedish masseuses after a particularly grueling sauna session. And the ambient lighting? Don't even get me started. You can have it cycling through the colors of the rainbow, pulsating to the music, or even mimicking the northern lights. But don't think for a minute that this car is all show and no go. Under the hood lies a beast of an engine, ready to whisk you away to your destination with effortless ease. And the best part? You'll arrive feeling more relaxed than when you left. It's like a spa day on wheels. Automotive inspiring quote of the day. A true luxury car doesn't just take you places, it transforms the journey itself. Right then, number 2, you lot, buckle up. We're about to dive into a car that's so British, it practically bleeds tea and crumpets. This, my friends, is the Bentley Mulsanne. Now, some might say it's a bit old-fashioned, a bit establishment, but don't let that fool you. This thing is dripping with more luxury than a royal coronation. We're talking handcrafted wood veneers, enough leather to make a herd of cows weep, and a ride so smooth you'll think you're floating on a cloud. And under the hood? Oh, just a monstrous engine that could pull a small country out of recession. This car is all about effortless power and understated elegance. It's the automotive equivalent of a proper English gentleman. Powerful, refined, and just a tad bit intimidating. Automotive inspiring. Quote of the day. In every detail lies the story of luxury crafted just for you. Well, here we are, number 1, folks, the big cheese, the head honcho, the one and only Rolls-Royce Phantom. This, my friends, is not just a car. It's a bloody palace on wheels. I mean, just look at this thing. It's longer than a football pitch, quieter than a library, and smoother than a freshly shaved badger. You could drive this thing over a pile of broken champagne flutes, and you wouldn't spill a single drop. And let's not forget that V12 engine lurking under the bonnet. It's got more power than a herd of stampeding elephants, but you'd never know it from the driver's seat. This car is all about effortless grace and supreme comfort. It's the automotive equivalent of a first-class ticket to the moon. Automotive inspiring. Quote of the day. If you want to experience life at its finest, take a seat in a Rolls-Royce. So, there you have it. The top 10 most luxurious cars you should sit on or test drive before you die. Now, you might be thinking, Clarkson, these cars are just for the super rich, the oligarchs, the captains of industry. And you know what? You're absolutely right. You don't have to own any of them. Just enjoy the experience by sitting inside or test drive a few of them. But that doesn't mean we can't appreciate them. Does it make you question the circle of your friends? These cars are more than just vehicles. They're rolling works of art, testaments to human ingenuity and the pursuit of automotive perfection. Taking a spin in one of these beauties, even if it's just for a few fleeting moments, is an experience you won't soon forget. It's a chance to feel the wind in your hair, the purr of a powerful engine, and the envious stares of everyone you pass. Final automotive. Inspiring. Quote, luxury isn't about what you own, it's about how it makes you feel. So take a drive and let every mile remind you of the beauty in life. Carhelpout.com, a simple way to get a mobile mechanic to come to you at any location at your convenience, either for auto car repair, emergency roadside assistance, or pre-purchase used vehicle buying inspection checkout service near you.